The sizzle of frying grease filled the air. Elena moved on tired feet, wiping down sticky tables. It was late. The diner was almost empty. But at table 3, Mr. Rossi still sat, his eyes fixed on her. A shiver ran down her spine. Rossi was a cruel debt collector. Her father owed him too much. Her heart hammered. She avoided his gaze as she poured more coffee. His hand shot out, grabbing her wrist. His grip was cold, hard. "Your father's time is up, girl. Tonight. Unless you want a new deal. With me." Fear choked Elena. She tugged, but his grip tightened. His eyes were dark, full of threat. This was the end of her struggling life. She saw no escape. Suddenly, a hush fell. Rossi's grip loosened. He looked past Elena, his face suddenly white. Elena dared a glance over her shoulder. A man stood in the doorway. Tall, impeccable dark suit. He didn't belong in this dingy diner, but in a powerful world. His sharp eyes scanned the room, landing on Elena and Rossi's hand. A cold, dangerous calm filled the air. Then, a jolt. Something about him. An echo from a forgotten past. Her breath caught. This man was pure power. In his intense gaze, she saw not just danger, but a terrifying chance. A rescue she hadn't dreamed of, but one with an unimaginable price. "Take your hand off her. Now." The quiet words cut through the silence. Rossi gasped, letting go of Elena as if burned. He stumbled back, then fled. The bell jingled, a mocking sound that echoed the sudden shift in power. Elena stood, trembling. Her wrist ached, but her mind spun. Dante. He was here. Not a ghost, but a living, dangerous man. Her eyes, wide with fear and hope, watched him. He walked toward her slowly. Every step was a statement of control. The diner felt small, tight with his presence. The air grew heavy with unspoken history. He stopped close enough for her to see the dark depths of his eyes, close enough for the faint scent of expensive cologne. He was different now, harder, sharper. But those eyes, they held a ghost of the boy she knew. The boy who shared his grandmother's cannolis in secret. The boy who always looked at her like she was special. "No," she thought, a frantic whisper. "That boy is gone. This man is a different kind of storm." She remembered the day he left. 12 years old. His family vanished overnight. No goodbyes. Her heart had ached. Now he was back. Not a friend, but a powerful force. The kind of man people whispered about in hushed, fearful tones. "Elena, you still remember me?" His voice was a low rumble, making her shiver. It was a question, but his eyes held a demand. She swallowed hard, her throat dry. "Dante?" The name felt strange on her tongue, heavy with forgotten dreams and the terrifying truth. He gave a small, powerful nod. "It's been a long time. Far too long." His eyes scanned the diner, then returned to her worn uniform, the lines of exhaustion on her face. She felt exposed, laid bare under his gaze. Her entire life seemed small and fragile. He took another step, closing the distance. Her heart pounded. Was this salvation? Or a new, more dangerous cage? She didn't know. But the past had crashed into her present. It was wearing a custom suit, carrying a power that would reshape everything. Her father's debt, her struggles, her very future. All of it. Changed. Because Dante Romano was back. He wasn't just here to remind her of a forgotten summer. He was here for her. Elena's breath hitched. Dante. The name was a whisper from a distant past. Here he was, flesh and blood. The diner felt silent, suffocating. Her mind raced. How are you here? After all this time? His dark eyes, steady and piercing, held hers. He didn't answer directly. His gaze flickered to Rossi's empty chair, then back to her. Rossi won't trouble you or your father again. Not for that debt. A jolt went through Elena. Rossi? Gone? She looked at Dante, trying to find the boy she remembered in this stern, powerful man. That boy, who once defended her, was gone. This man moved with dangerous authority. What? What have you done? My father owes him. Not anymore. Your father's debt has been transferred. It belongs to me now. The words hit her. Her knees felt weak. Her father, good-hearted, was now beholden to a man rumored to be involved in dark things. No, you can't. My father. He's a good man. Good men often make bad decisions. He gambled. He lost. He came to the wrong people for help. But now he has come to me. And I will help him. And you. His eyes held hers. He wasn't asking. He was stating a fact. The thought of her father, trapped by this man, twisted her stomach. But then, a flicker of a different thought. He will help. Rossi was a nightmare. Dante was power, protection, a way out. Why? What exactly do you want from me? Dante's lips curved into a faint, humorless smile. He reached out, his hand slowly rising to cup her cheek. His touch was warm, gentle, yet felt like a brand. She flinched, but he didn't remove his hand. What do I want, Elena? I want what I always wanted. You. His words hung in the air, shocking. Her heart slammed. Childhood crushes, secret glances, all rushed back, mixed with the terrifying reality of his declaration. This was not a sweet memory. This was a man of immense power, claiming her. A memory surfaced. Elena, don't ever be scared. I'll always protect you. That promise, whispered under the summer sun, now echoed. But this protection felt different. It felt like a cage. No, you don't understand. I'm not that girl anymore. I have a life. My father. His hand dropping, his voice calm, but with an edge. Your life here, Elena, is one of fear and struggle. Your father's life is in dire peril. I am offering you safety, security, a life free from worry. All of it. For both of you. But it comes with a condition. You come with me. You become part of my world. He looked around the dingy diner, distaste flashing across his face. He was offering her a clear way out of poverty, out of constant anxiety. A stark choice: remain trapped or step into an unknown existence with Dante. An existence where she would be protected, cared for, but also utterly owned. You have a choice, Elena. Remain here and face whatever comes, or come with me, and let me give you everything you deserve, everything you have always lacked, including safety for your father. But understand this: when you choose me, you choose my protection, my way, and there is no turning back, no escape. He was offering salvation. He was demanding possession. Elena felt torn. The fear of Rossi was gone, replaced by a deeper, more complex fear of Dante. But beneath that fear, a tiny, desperate seed of hope began to grow. Hope for a life without struggle. Hope for her father's safety. And a dangerous, thrilling pull towards the man who had once been her fierce protector, now threatening to be her absolute captor. The choice was hers, and yet, not hers at all. Elena stared at Dante, her mind a whirlwind of fear and desperate calculations. Everything you deserve. The words echoed, seductive and terrifying. Her life here was bleak, a daily struggle. Constant worry, endless work, the shadow of crushing debt. But Dante's world, cloaked in shadows of a different, more powerful kind. A world of immense power, of secrets, and likely, of violence. Yet the absolute safety he offered for her father was a powerful, irresistible lure. My father, he's all I have left, and I will ensure his safety. Always. He will never go hungry again. He will never face danger from men like Rossi again. That is my promise to you. But you must trust me completely. Trust. The word felt hollow. How could she truly trust a man who disappeared for 12 years and then returned, claiming her as his own? Yet, his intensity, his absolute certainty, was almost hypnotic. He wasn't asking for her love, not yet. He was demanding her compliance, for her own good, for her father's well-being. What would I have to do? What does part of your world truly mean? He looked around the diner, his expression unreadable, thoughtful. He weighed his words. It means you would live in my home. You would be absolutely safe, protected from all harm. You would lack for nothing. You would be cared for, cherished. And in return, you would be mine, my partner, my everything. The last word, everything, was spoken with quiet, chilling possessiveness. It wasn't romantic. It was absolute. He wasn't proposing a relationship. He was outlining the precise terms of her new existence. Her heart pounded. This was it. The precipice. And if I say no? What then? Will Rossi come back? Will my father be in even more danger? Rossi won't be an issue. But the debt, it remains. If you refuse my protection, Elena, I can't guarantee your father's well-being. There are always other men like Rossi. Worse men. Who might not be as understanding as I am. It was a threat, cloaked in concern. A subtle twist. He laid out the harsh reality. Her father's life, his future, was tied directly to her decision. This wasn't about romance or desire. It was about survival. Elena closed her eyes for a moment, picturing her father. His kind eyes, his worn hands, his endless optimism. He was her anchor. The thought of him facing more danger, of him suffering because of her choice, was unbearable. She had always protected him. Now, she had to let Dante do it. At what cost to her own soul? All right, I'll come with you. For my father. But you have to promise me. He stays safe. Always. No matter what happens to me. A slight, almost imperceptible nod. A silent seal on a grave promise. He will be safe. I give you my word, Elena. And my word is unbreakable. Prepare to leave. Now. He didn't give her time to gather thoughts, to pack a single item, to say goodbye. He was efficiency itself. He moved to the counter, pulling out a thick wad of cash. He laid it down, more money than Elena had ever seen, silencing the night manager who appeared. Consider this Elena's final payment. For everything. She's no longer working here or anywhere else. The manager, Sal, looked at Dante, then the money, then Elena. His eyes widened with understanding and fear. He simply nodded, stuffing the cash into his apron pocket. Elena felt unreal. In moments, her life had been ripped from her hands, reshaped by a ghost from her past. The diner, once her prison, was now a place she was being rescued from. But what awaited her felt like another unknown. She followed Dante out, leaving the stale scent of grease and coffee behind. The night air was cool, sharp. She glanced back, a final farewell. Then she turned and walked into the darkness with Dante, the silence between them heavy with a future yet unwritten. A future where she would be protected, yes, but also utterly, irrevocably bound to him. The ride to Dante's sprawling home was a blur. Elena sat stiffly in the plush leather seat of a sleek black luxury car, watching city lights fly by, disconnected from everything. She was numb, a silent witness to her own abduction. Not violent, but absolute. Dante sat silently beside her, his profile sharp. He didn't speak or touch her, but his powerful presence filled the car. They arrived at a sprawling estate, hidden behind tall gates and thick hedges. The house was enormous, a mansion lit subtly from within, exuding quiet power. It was nothing like her cramped apartment. It was a palace, and she was its newest, reluctant resident. Inside, the house was even more impressive. High ceilings, polished marble floors, rich furniture. Isabella, elegant and severe, met them at the door. She looked at Elena with a calculating gaze, then at Dante, a silent understanding passing between them. "Welcome, Mr. Romano. Your guest is expected. Everything is prepared. Show Elena to her rooms, and ensure she has everything she needs. Anything at all. No expense spared." Isabella nodded, then turned to Elena. Her expression softened, just a fraction. "Come with me, dear. Let's get you settled. You must be exhausted." Elena followed Isabella up a grand staircase, feeling like an imposter. Her rooms were a luxurious suite, a massive bedroom, a private bathroom, and a sitting area. Everything was pristine, expensive, and alien. A stark contrast to her old life. "Your clothes have been laid out. Dinner will be served in an hour. If you need anything, just press this button. Help will arrive immediately." Isabella pointed to a small button. Elena nodded mutely. She was overwhelmed. This was a gilded cage. Beautiful, comfortable, but a cage. She walked to the large window, looking out at the manicured gardens, the distant city lights. She felt alone, far from everything she knew. It was an hour later. Elena had showered, feeling clean, but no less lost. She had chosen a simple, soft dress from the new clothes. The knock was gentle. She opened the door to find Dante. "Are you ready?" His eyes swept over her, faint approval in their depths. He held out his arm, a formal gesture. She hesitated, then placed her hand lightly on his arm. His touch was warm, firm. A silent promise, or a silent claim. They descended the stairs, not to a grand dining room, but a smaller, intimate space. The table was set for two, gleaming with silver and crystal. The food was exquisite, nothing like diner fare. But Elena could barely taste it. Her mind was too busy processing. "How is the food? Do you like it?" "It's wonderful." "Too much, perhaps. I'm not used to such rich meals." He watched her intently, his gaze unwavering, studying her every reaction. It was unnerving. He seemed to read her thoughts, her discomfort, her overwhelming sense of displacement. "You will get used to it, to all of it. This is your home now, Elena, and I will ensure you are comfortable, absolutely safe." "What about my father? Have you sent someone to him? Is he all right? Can you truly ensure his safety?" He placed his fork down gently, his expression becoming serious. "Yes. He has been taken to a secure, safe house. He is being cared for by my trusted people. He is in no danger whatsoever. He is comfortable, and he lacks nothing. He asked for you, of course." "He did?" Her voice cracked slightly. "Can I see him? Talk to him? Even a short phone call?" A slight pause, then, carefully, his voice firm. "In time, yes. Soon, I hope. For now, it is best he remains where he is. For his own safety. And for yours. He will be protected, Elena. My word is unbreakable. You can rely on that." His words offered comfort and a new fear. For his own safety. And for yours. It meant they were both under his absolute control. Forever. She swallowed, trying to eat, but the food felt like ash. She was here, safe from Rossi, but now deeply immersed in Dante's world. A world of power, dangerous secrets, and a bewildering connection to a man she barely recognized. A man who had rescued her, only to make her irrevocably his own. Days bled into weeks, turning into a month. Elena's life in Dante's mansion was a strange, unsettling mix of luxurious comfort and profound isolation. She had access to anything she could want: beautiful clothes, books, delicious food. But she was also utterly alone, confined within the vast walls, her only real contact with Isabella and Dante himself. Dante was a constant, unsettling presence. He would appear for meals, his gaze always on her, studying her. He would talk to her about her day, about the books she was reading, about anything but his mysterious work. His questions were gentle, probing, as if meticulously trying to understand the woman she had become. Elena slowly adjusted, yet stayed on edge. She ate, walked in the gardens, and read. She was safe, that was true. Her father was safe. Dante assured her daily he was well, and even shared small, comforting details. This fragile reassurance was her only true comfort. One afternoon, Elena was in the library, a massive room filled with old books. She tried to read, but her mind drifted. She missed the simple chaos of her old life, even the struggle. Most of all, she missed her father. She heard the soft click of the door. Dante entered. "You seem restless today." Elena looked up from her unread book, her voice laced with raw honesty. "I am. I miss my old life. My father. I still don't understand why I can't speak to him. Even a short call would mean the world to me." He walked over to a bookshelf, running his fingers over the worn spines of old books. He paused, then pulled out a worn copy of an old Italian fairy tale. It was the very same one his grandmother used to read to them. A faint, bittersweet memory stirred in Elena. "His safety is my absolute priority, Elena. And yours. When a lion hunts, it does not leave its cubs exposed to other predators. I am securing our position, our future. Until then, minimum contact. It is necessary. For their complete protection." "Protection from what, Dante? From whom?" "You never tell me anything. I'm living in a beautiful prison, Dante." He turned to her, his expression serious. He didn't deny her words. "My world is not simple, Elena. It has many dangers, many enemies lurking in the shadows, but also great loyalty, fierce and unyielding. I am building a future, a legacy that will last generations. And you, Elena, you are at the absolute heart of it. I don't want to be at the heart of your legacy. I want my old life back." His voice low, almost a whisper, laced with hidden pain. "I know you do. But your old life was not safe. It was filled with constant worry and endless want. I am offering you something far better. Something truly secure. Can you not see that? Can you not trust that I will care for you completely, as I always promised I would?" He walked towards her, the old book in his hand. He sat down opposite her, his intense eyes searching hers. "I remember that book. Your grandmother used to read it to us. You always said you'd protect me." A flicker of something unreadable, deep and vulnerable in his eyes. "And I meant it. Then, and now. My methods have changed, Elena. The world changes. It grows darker, more dangerous. But my sacred promise to you, that remains forever." He opened the book to the first page. On it, scrawled in a child's clumsy hand, were two names: Dante plus Elena. A wave of nostalgia, sharp and exquisitely painful, washed over her. He saw it in her eyes. "I never forgot you, Elena. Not for a single day. When I finally returned, I found you just as I left you. Still fighting, still struggling, still alone. I couldn't let that continue." His confession hung in the air, a raw, honest admission. It broke through some of the ice around her heart. It wasn't just about debt or power for him. It was about her. A profound connection that had survived years. But this? This isn't just protection, Dante. It's taking over my entire life. Closing the book gently, his expression resolute. "Sometimes, Elena, to truly protect what you deeply love, you must take absolute charge. You must become the storm itself, so no one else dares to even touch what is truly yours. His words were cold, hard, revealing the brutal nature of his world and her inescapable place within it. She was his, a valuable treasure to be guarded fiercely, cherished completely, and claimed irrevocably. The terrifying realization settled deep within her. He wouldn't let her go. He couldn't. This wasn't just a rescue, it was a reclaiming. And for the very first time, she felt a strange mix of fear and a dangerous, undeniable pull towards him. Perhaps, in this storm he commanded, she could finally find a different kind of peace. A protected peace, absolute and unyielding. The days after their library conversation truly shifted. Elena began to see Dante's words. You must become the storm. Not just as a cold threat, but as a deeper, more profound truth. He wasn't just holding her captive, he was meticulously building a sanctuary for her, a heavily guarded fortress. She began to observe his world more closely. She watched him interact with his men, always loyal, fiercely disciplined, profoundly respectful. She saw his quiet authority, the way people looked to him for guidance, for swift, unwavering decisions. His word was law. She also began to see a different, more nuanced side of him. He sent the head chef to teach her exquisite Italian dishes because she'd mentioned missing her grandmother's cooking. He had a forgotten rose garden meticulously restored for her, knowing how much she loved flowers. These small, thoughtful acts, subtle and unexpected, slowly chipped away at her lingering resistance and deep-seated fears. He was constantly providing, fiercely protecting, anticipating her unspoken needs and desires. One evening, a little over a month after her arrival, Elena had dinner alone. Dante was often away, handling business that kept him occupied. The vast house felt particularly empty and quiet. Isabella, usually silent, lingered. He truly cares for you, you know. More than anyone I have seen him care for in all my years here. It is a rare thing, his devotion. Elena looked up, surprised by Isabella's unexpected openness. Isabella rarely spoke such personal words. Care? Or ownership? He took me from my entire life. He's keeping me from my father. Isabella's eyes softened, a deep, knowing wisdom. He is keeping you safe, child, from a world that would chew you up. You think Rossi was bad? There are far worse wolves out there. Dante is the biggest wolf, but he protects his own. And you are his. His to protect. Isabella's words, spoken with quiet conviction, settled deep into Elena's heart. She knew there were dangers, had lived with them, but she had never truly understood their terrifying depths, until now, until Dante. Later that night, Elena couldn't sleep. The moon cast long, ghostly shadows. She walked to the large window. Suddenly she heard a commotion. Voices, sharp and urgent from the main gate. A car horn blared. Her heart leaped into her throat. Then, rapid footsteps outside her door. Dante's voice, low and commanding, speaking quickly in Italian. Fear, cold and gripping, seized her whole body. This was the danger Isabella spoke of. This was his world, raw and brutal. Her protected cage was not as impenetrable as she had hoped. Her door burst open. It was Dante, fully dressed in dark clothes, his eyes stark with urgency. Two of his men stood behind him, silent, armed. Elena, get dressed, quickly, now. Fear making her voice tremble. What's happening, Dante? It doesn't matter right now. Just trust me. You need to come with me. Now. He didn't wait. He grabbed a heavy coat from her closet, pushing it into her trembling hands. His movements were swift, efficient. He looked out the window, his jaw tight. They breached the outer perimeter. They're looking for something. Or someone important. Elena's blood ran cold. Someone. Was it her? Or her father? Had his powerful enemies found out about her? She pulled on the coat, her fingers fumbling. He was right there, watching her every move, his hand already on her back, urging her towards a secret passage she hadn't known existed. Stay calm, Elena. You will be safe. I swear it on my life. We're going to a secondary location, a place no one knows about. The passageway was dark, narrow. Dante pushed her ahead, his powerful body a living shield. She could hear distant shouts, closer now, then the sickening sound of broken glass. Her heart hammered. This was real. This was the storm he had spoken of. And Dante, the dangerous man who had claimed her, was risking everything to save her. In that terrifying moment of pure, raw terror, as she clung desperately to his arm, she felt a profound, unexpected surge of something else. Not just fear, but a desperate reliance. A deep connection that went beyond anger or resentment. She was his, yes, but he was undeniably hers too. Her protector. Her only way out of this new, terrifying reality. Her anchor in the chaos. The secret passage was cold, dusty, smelling of old stone. Elena stumbled forward, her heart racing. Dante's hand was firm on her back, guiding her. The shouts grew fainter as they moved deeper into tunnels beneath the mansion. His men, silent, formidable shadows, guarded their front and back. Finally, they emerged into a hidden garage. A sleek black SUV waited, engine running. Dante lifted Elena into the back seat, then slid in beside her. The car sped away, disappearing into the woods. Elena risked a glance at Dante. His face was grim, eyes sharp with danger, but he turned to her. "Are you hurt, Elena?" Shaking her head, still breathless. "No, just scared. So scared, Dante." "Who were they?" A heavy sigh escaped him, a rare glimpse of weariness. "Enemies, Elena. Always enemies. My world is full of them. They wanted something. Maybe information, maybe a message, or maybe they thought you were leverage. But you are safe now. Absolutely safe. I promise you that with my life." His words were a balm to her raw, frayed nerves. In that moment, the consuming fear that had gripped her slowly began to give way to gratitude. He wasn't just offering protection. He was actively risking his own life for hers. He wasn't just claiming her. He was fiercely defending her. They drove for hours, deeper into the secluded wilderness. Finally, they stopped at a secluded cabin nestled deep within a dense forest. It was rustic, cozy, yet incredibly secure. Inside, a fire crackled, throwing warm light. "This is our safe house, a secret place. No one knows of it. We will be here until the threat is completely dealt with." Elena looked at him, truly looked at him. The powerful boss, the dangerous man, stood before her, not as a captor, but as a guardian. A flicker of genuine concern softened his dark eyes as he made sure she was warm, she was safe. He was still the boy who protected her from stray dogs, now a formidable man who protected her from much deadlier wolves. Her voice soft, almost a whisper. "Thank you, Dante, for saving me. Again. You didn't have to." He walked towards her slowly, his hand reaching out, gently cupping her cheek. This time she didn't flinch. His touch was warm, comforting. "You are mine, Elena. My responsibility. My family. I will never let anyone hurt you. Never again. Not as long as I draw breath." In his intense eyes, she saw not just ownership, but a fierce, undeniable love. A love that had simmered quietly for years, waiting patiently. It wasn't the sweet, easy love of fairy tales, no. It was a hard-won, absolute devotion, forged in the crucible of shared pasts and present dangers. It was a love that understood the shadows, a love that would protect her from them. A few days later, The immediate threat was gone. Dante's calm assurance proved true. They returned to the mansion, but something fundamental had changed. Elena no longer felt like a prisoner. She felt like an integral, cherished part of this complex, dangerous world, protected, cared for, and finally, truly safe. She found her father living comfortably in a nearby cottage, just as Dante had promised, healthier and happier than she had seen him in years. He hugged her, tears of relief in his eyes, profusely thanking Dante for a second, peaceful chance at life. Elena finally understood. Dante hadn't just rescued her from Rossi's cruel clutches. He had rescued her from an entire life of pervasive fear and crushing uncertainty. He had built a fortress around her, not just physical walls, but a fortress of loyalty and unwavering devotion. And in doing so, he had healed a part of her heart she didn't even know was broken. She chose to walk beside him, not because she was forced, but because she finally understood the true depth of his unwavering protection, the fierce, absolute loyalty that bound him irrevocably to her. She chose the storm because she knew, with absolute certainty, that he was the only one who could navigate it with her, ensuring their safe passage. From that night forward, Elena stood proudly by Dante's side, a silent strength. She learned its intricacies, understood its dangerous complexities, and found her own unique place within it. She was no longer just the weary waitress, the girl burdened by debt. She was Elena Romano, partner to a powerful man, cherished and protected, finally free to build a future she never thought possible. A future filled with a love as fierce and unyielding as the man who claimed her. Their love story wasn't traditional, no. It was forged in shadows and sealed with unbreakable promises of safety, belonging, and an absolute devotion. It was a testament to a love that could overcome any past, heal any wound, and stand strong against any storm, together. What an incredible journey of unexpected love and fierce protection. Elena's story reminds us that sometimes the greatest rescues come from the most dangerous places and from the most unexpected heroes. It shows us the enduring power of a promise kept and the immense strength found in choosing trust even when fear pulls us away from our true path. Did Elena's incredible transformation resonate deeply with you? Was there a specific moment of Dante's unwavering protection that truly made your heart pound with emotion? Or perhaps a quiet whisper of memory that made you utterly believe in the profound, unbreakable connection between them? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. We absolutely love hearing which parts of these intense stories hit you the hardest. And if you love diving into this captivating tale of high-stakes romance, loyalty, and ultimate rescue, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Don't miss out on more gripping stories where love fights through every shadow. Also, ring that notification bell so you're always the first to know when a new story of passion and peril drops. Your incredible support helps us bring more emotional, unforgettable narratives like Elena and Dante's to life for you to enjoy.